Hello, Sagittarius. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this will be your July monthly overview reading. This is a journal message and is timeless for whoever finds it when you find it. This message was meant for you. We're all on different timelines. So the way I do these messages each month, a little bit different than most tarot readers out there. I don't think anyone else is doing it this way, at least not yet. I do 3 rows. Your first row is your conscious self, how you're feeling and thinking at a conscious level throughout the month of July. Your middle row is your subconscious level, what you're feeling and thinking at a deeper soul conscious level that you may not be aware of at your conscious level. And so then we take those two and see how they tie together and manifest into your physical reality, into what you see in your physical world around you, how that manifests, how your subconscious and conscious mind align to birth what you see into the real world. Then we wrap it up with one final love card at the end, and to represent love for the month of July for your sign, Sagittarius. And I only do that because I do not focus primarily on love on my channel. There's lots of great love tarot readers out there. I'm not that. I do only one small little, very short weekend love vibe reading every weekend, and that's the only one I really focus on with the intention of love, because I primarily chose to, with my channel being soul conscious, I chose that for a reason, because I want to look at the deeper meanings, the deeper lessons, the deeper readings, you know, that stuff that we may need to work on to heal, to change, to transform, to make ourselves better, what we may be dealing with, those darker, heavier energies, possibly in our lives, you know. So you are Sagittarius. I think you're the 3rd or 4th sign that I got this leaving travel card. I think at least the 3rd sign I got that leave travel card. I think I got it for it came up for Scorpio and for Virgo, I believe. There might have been one other sign, but that keeps coming out. A lot of people must be needing a vacation or a break. I also forgot to pull your emoji card, so we'll go ahead and do that now. But it looks like to me you are having a little bit of trouble with something. We'll see what it is. And I'm not sure exactly yet how that leaving or travel card plays into play for you. I'm getting a different vibe than I did for some of the other signs, because right off the bat for them, I got a different message. But what I really am feeling is, and I wasn't drawn to this before, is the track leading off into the distance. And actually, if it took me a minute, you saw I had to pull this up in front of me, but from the way the card was sitting, it almost looked like, to me, like it was a pyramid on top of a foundation. It looked like a pyramid, and then I had to look, and it's a railroad track that's back there in the background behind a suitcase. But the way that was looking is the top of that suitcase looked like it was crossed keys, similar to the I think that's on the High Priestess card traditionally. So it's like unlocking. I'm really feeling like leaving something behind, like with that luggage being there, that suitcase being there. It's like it was left behind. Like, you know, like I said, I was drawn to the tracks and going off in the distance, like you're up here gone, and that, you know, that luggage, that baggage has been left behind, or you're leaving that baggage behind, Sagittarius. Whatever that is what I'm really being, you know, what's coming through. And then it looks like you're definitely dealing within your feelings and emotions, and what you're thinking and feeling. You're definitely struggling with some stuff, but this is your emoji card for the month of July, so that doesn't look like it's a very bad energy. It looks like you might be, you know, I'm getting kind of a content meant in a way. We'll see, because we do have, with the cards I have here for what you're feeling and thinking, it looks like you are there. You are sabotaging something, some aspect in your life. It's almost like you're ignoring something. I'm really getting. I hate to say it, but there's this part of me that is like, you, whatever this is you left behind, you feel better about doing it. But I almost feel, and I hate to say it, Sagittarius, like this is something that you've only left behind temporarily. Like it might be that you're distracting yourself so that you don't think about what it is, which has put you in, for the month of July will put you in this like feeling a little bit better. But I feel like it's a temporary, it's very temporary. It won't last, because you're not doing whatever this is you're setting down or leaving behind. You haven't completely let it behind yet. I think you're trying to convince yourself you have, but you haven't yet. And so I think it's going to come back. It might swing back around to haunt you. I just want you to be aware of that, because I see you kind of almost a denial, a little bit of denial energy, where you're almost sweeping it under the rug, like, oh yeah, I left this behind. I got on the train and I left this behind. But it's still sitting there. It's still sitting there waiting for you when you get back. From this vacation you're taking, wherever you went on your train journey, wherever you went down those tracks, when you come back, it's going to be sitting right there waiting for you, is what I'm picking up, Sagittarius. It's going to be right there waiting for you when you least expect it. You're going to think you left this behind, and then it's going to show up again. And interesting enough, on your subconscious level, for your oracle card for your subconscious self, I got dancing prayer. And I actually tie this back, and I feel that Knight of Wands off of your conscious level is tying back to, the soul level. You know what? Nope. I think I want this deck. Nope. It's telling me not that deck either. Yeah, okay. It wants me to go with the darker deck, and it's probably because you're trying to avoid something. So it's wanting to bring out the shadow energy in your soul that's wanting to enlighten something, because there's something here you're avoiding. Like I said, it's almost like carpet sweeping type energy, sweeping something under the rug, skeletons in your closet. I don't know. There's something here that you are trying to ignore, not think about, ignore, not focus on. And your soul is like, I feel like your soul is trying to get your attention with that dancing prayer. It's like, I feel like it's trying to get your attention. Like, it's like, hey, over here, look over here. You need to look at something, stop trying to get your attention because you're trying to avoid it. And what's the first card that comes out? The Hierophant. So yeah, it's Sagittarius. There's something, that your soul is trying to get your attention, saying there's something here you need to look at, and you need to think about, you need to look at, you need to think about that you're ignoring. It's just reinforcing that. So the Eight of Cups, which is that can be walking away from something. It's usually something that's disappointing. It's disappointed you enough that, it's that letting go. It's leaving something behind, letting it go, which it makes, you are desiring to let something go. It's saying, the soul is saying, yeah, yeah, we do need to let this go, but you're not going about it the right way. You need to go inside, and use your wisdom, like be that Hierophant and use your wisdom to sit and realize do the work that's required, to understand what it is to what you really need to do to let this go, not just distract yourself and ignore the problem. Okay, you got two cards that came out there together, the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. So I see that Seven of Wands is again, I'm really picking up on that's that it talks about being defensive, but it's like on this card, she's down on her knees there, and it's like she's been brought to her knees, and she's prepared to fight off anything that wants to disrupt her. So it's that, it's what I was talking about of this energy of wanting to distract yourself from the real work that needs to be done to let whatever this is go in your life. It's like this has been hard on you, and it's brought you down to your knees, and you just want to be left alone. You just don't want to deal with it anymore. So you're defensive, you're on guard, because you're like, don't disrupt my peace. I just don't want to think about it. I don't want to do this. I want to forget about it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to forget about it. But it's like also, in your subconscious that you have to let this go in order to have, the happiness and abundance and fulfillment, to have the fulfillment that you want in your life. The stability, the fulfillment is not going to happen until you truly let this go. So your soul is trying to get your attention, trying to get you to do the real work and stop deflecting and avoiding, distracting yourself with other things, because your soul is trying to get your attention, say, hey, I'm still here. You haven't dealt with this yet. You might want to look at this. I know that you've been hurt. I know that it's hard. I know the work's hard, but hey, Sagittarius, I'm over here. We're waiting for you whenever you're ready. And it's going to come back. It will come back. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to your physical self. And this is how it's going to birth into your reality, how this is going to play out in the real world in July. It's kind of like an outcome in a sense. Spark. Okay. So it's interesting, because the first image I got off of this card is she looks like she's like popping out of a cannon of a firecracker is what I really got. I felt this was a firecracker and like exploding out of a firecracker, or one of those things, the pop things that you hold and you pull the thing and strings pop out, the streamers pop out, one of those type of things. I almost am feeling that explosive energy, that popping and things coming flying out, and I'm feeling like that might be that might be, that coming back around to look at, because I said, your soul is over here trying to get your attention, almost yelling and screaming at you, and you're like, la, 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 I don't hear you, I'm ignoring you. And so it's like, okay, maybe we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to make something happen to make you stand up and pay attention and do the work that you need to do, is what I'm picking up. We'll see what else comes out, but that's what I'm really feeling. It's like, something explosive. I'm getting a tower energy off of that spark card, that something may happen in your real reality around you to bring you back around, to focus on that baggage that you left sitting on the train tracks there at the beginning, that you're wanting to avoid and ignore in your life. And it's going to come, the universe is going to say, no, you're going to look at this. You are going to look at this because it needs to be looked at, and you need to stop avoiding it. And here is where it's showing off. Yeah, it's literally going to cause conflict. I told you it's going to come back to bite you. And it's showing itself. I hate to say it, Sagittarius, it is showing itself in this final row in your reality, because you have the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Swords, which 9 of Wands is like this defeated warrior. And then you have the 8 of Swords, which is overthinking. It's really just something that's plaguing you. It's plaguing you. And with that the 9 of Wands is usually someone that, it can be a wounded warrior, but it's that weariness, of like, because it's like, it's so hard. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to deal with it. You just want to ignore it and move away. You just want to get in your chariot and like I said, distract yourself from it. And every time you distract yourself from it, every time you move away and you get in that chariot and say, I'm going to ignore this, I don't want to think about it, what happens? Something happens to make you bring it back up and say, oh yeah, you're dealing with this. Something happens in your life to make you look at it again. And then you're like worn down, you're beat up, worn down, tired of thinking about it. Like, I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm tired of thinking about it. But then it's just like, okay, well, your subconscious is saying, well, if you're tired, and the universe is saying, if you're tired, do something about it. Actually do the work to change. Actually let go and leave the baggage behind. Make the change that you need to make. Don't just ignore it. Deal with it. You need to deal with it. And that's what is coming up for you for the month of July. The universe is kicking your butt, Sagittarius, and saying, if you don't look at this, I'm going to make you look at it, and I'm going to make your life hard until you look at it and do what needs to be done to take the action you need to take to fix this, to look at this, to heal this, to fix this. Okay, and so I'm not going to lie, for your love card for the month of July, you have the Emperor, and I feel this is stubbornness. That is stubbornness. This guy is sitting on his throne, and he is just sitting there content, la-di-da, I don't give 2 F's in the world. I'm just going to sit here and do my own thing. I don't care about anyone or anything else. I'm just going to do what I want to do, Sagittarius. And like I said, I'm really, just not wanting to deal with things. I'm really getting that hard-headedness, so your love life is probably, I'm going to say, you're just not dealing, you're doing what you want to do, because you're not wanting to deal with whatever this is for you, whatever aspect it is for you, Sagittarius. And it's going to be different for each and every one of you. You know what it is you need to let go of and let behind, whatever keeps plaguing you, that keeps coming back, keeps coming around and plaguing you. And you're like, oh my God, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? I don't want to think about it. Whatever that is, there's something in your life that keeps coming back up and saying, it keeps things keep happening to say, oh my God, why do I keep having to deal with this? Why do I keep, why do things keep not going my way? I'm tired of it. I don't want to deal with it. Whatever that is, whatever that's tied to, there is a reason why those things are happening. It is happening in your life to get your attention, to say, this is something you need to look at, whether it's a limiting belief, the way you look at something, whether it's the way you do something. It's something inside of you that needs to change what's happening in your reality. It's the way, it's something that you haven't, some aspect of yourself that you haven't healed, that you haven't dealt with, you haven't looked at, that it's saying it's time to heal this. It's time to look at it. It's time to fix it. And so, I feel like with your ignoring things, that's going to, of course, fall over and spill over into your love life for the month as well. But you're going to try and sit on your little throne here and do your own thing and ignore whatever it is you're trying to ignore. And in the process of that, like I said, you're going to have these tower moments. You're going to have things that are going to keep happening to make you want to look at whatever this is and do the work. So it's going to put you in this stubborn energy that is going to make every aspect of your life difficult, until you do look at this, whatever it is that needs to be healed and fixed inside of you, that your subconscious at a deep level is screaming at you to change and fix about yourself, to screaming at you to look at. So that's, and you know what it is. The Hierophant's here, you know what it is. And I'm even going to go so far to say, with the Hierophant being here, it is maybe one of your pillar stones of your foundational values or traditions. With that card coming out in that first thought, it may be the way, what you perceive as what you value and hold dear to you, your traditional way of dealing with things, looking at things that might need to change. It might be a foundation stone of how you do things that needs to change. So just be aware of that. Came up last minute. If this resonates with you, I would love for you to hit that like button. That lets me know that the message did resonate with you, and it does share your energy with me. On top of that, feel free to leave any comments down below that you wish to, if you're dealing with it, if you want to share your story or what you're dealing with, if this is resonating with you. I would prefer if it doesn't resonate. You don't need to tell me it doesn't resonate. It's not going to resonate for everyone. I understand that. So, it's fine if it doesn't. If you hit the like button or subscribe to my channel, and then it shares your energy with me, and I may pick up on, in one of my future readings may resonate with you, because I'll be picking up on your energy. So just keep that in mind. Also, I just want to end this on saying thank you so much if you took the time to listen to this message. I feel like you possibly could have a rough month of July. If this is you and you're resonating with the Sagittarius, but understand that the quicker you deal with this, the quicker you stop ignoring it, the quicker, this is going to end. All these heavier energies will end. Whatever's plaguing you is going to end. And then you'll get the peace that you're looking for, that you keep trying to, distract yourself with. That'll actually come on the backside of once you resolve this and actually take care of it. But that's what I have for you. So thank you so much for joining me this month. Thank you so much. I wish you the very, very best. Joy, love, and light.